So we want you to lean into anxiety habit retraining. All right, be gentle, use beginner's mind. Everybody find one of the anxiety habits on the family list, right? So you guys have already made a family list of triggers, right, that trigger mental health distress. We're calling them anxiety habits, but if it turns out that it's not specific to anxiety, like you'll see in a few slides, that they're not always specific to anxiety, you can always update this to make it just habits. All right. So everybody claim an anxiety habit they want to work on retraining. Try to pick one that creates mild distress. So don't pick any of the biggies whereby trying to change the habit causes moderate to severe distress. So give it a whirl. So here's our script. We're learning in our class all about brain habits. It's amazing. Everything our brain does is a habit. So let's figure out how our anxiety habits work. We're going to do this worksheet together to learn all about it. We're all beginners, so let's be gentle and keep this fun, okay? So sample script. When not in any distress. So what is a habit anyway? A habit is a routine, something we do all the time, the same way every time. There are hurtful habits, like hitting when we're mad, and helpful habits, like brushing our teeth every morning and night. So let's list some of the habits that we're working on, okay? I'll go first. The sunscreen habit. What are some of your guesses about good? All right, so part of the idea here as a conscious ally parent and bringing this mental health education into our home is that we're inspiring our kids and our middle schoolers and our teens to start reflecting on habits and which ones might be helpful and which might be hurtful. So a gentle reflection, and actually it's detective work for us to start gathering data and clues about our habits. All right, so that's part of. So now we're going to move on to our helpful habit practice card. This is part of our detective work as well. So you're going to complete as a family or pair a parent with a child and start by reading what Marcus came up with, then fill in your family's cards. Okay, so my habit that's helping me. So wakey in the morning, and then the routine is he feeds his baby tortoise and fish. The reward is I feel proud. My babies get fed and I get to keep them in my room. So that is a helpful habit that he has and that he wants to keep and that has a really nice reward to it. So then you're going to fill these out for your family. You're each going to come up with a habit that's helpful to you. You're going to come up with the cue of that habit. You're going to come up with the routine or the behavior that comes with that habit. And you're going to come up with the reward that comes from doing that habit. So for instance, what I would say is a habit is when the cue is going to the beach or going on a family bike ride or going on a hike. And the routine is putting on sunscreen, putting it on. I actually don't enjoy putting on sunscreen. All right, but I put it all over my body. The reward is I feel really responsible and I feel really good protecting my skin. And the reward also is knowing that I'm out in the sun and I'm not going to get sunburn. So that's very rewarding to me. Okay, so now moving on to hurtful habit practice card. So again, you're going to complete as a family. You're going to pair a parent with a child if you need to. You're going to start by reading what Marcus came up with. Then you're going to fill in your family's cards. Okay, so my habit that's hurting me. So Marcus said losing. So when he's losing at a game or something like that, his routine tends to be he gets cranky, sportsmanship, he does rage. Sometimes he might hit or throw things. And the reward that he seems to get out of that is it lets off steam. It gets him out of the game, interestingly. It's not fun for him, so getting out of the game helps. Sometimes people let him win, which kind of keeps the game fun for him. And so for you guys, you're going to write what habits are hurting you. So for me, as the mom, I would probably write that a habit that's hurting me, the cue would be wakey, wakey. So in the morning, my routine tends to be I hit the snooze button too many times. So I set my alarm, don't follow my own intention with my alarm. I hit the snooze button and I kind of fall half asleep again. Then it goes off and I hit the snooze button again. The reward is I get to enjoy more sleep, right? But that's actually hurting me because similar to Marcus, we're getting cranky, poor sportsmanship, rage quitting, sometimes hits or throws things. So even though he kind of gets a reward from that, it's hurting to him because he knows that that's not really a positive friendship thing. He knows that he gets consequences sometimes. And he also has some of his friends have been saying that they actually don't want to play games with him. He actually had been picked last for a game as well. So for me, one of the consequences why it's hurting me is because I've wound up being too rushed in the morning. And there have been a few times even where I wasn't able to take a shower. And so that kind of haunted me the whole day because I didn't feel like I was as I like to be.